You can hear it's quite soft while I'm learning. We don't want that squeeze and forcing the tone. So many of you drop off into kind of a light falsetto when you get up there and you can't get the strength. So it'll be, I wanna fling on the chandelier, chandelier. Your voice wants to resonate in that place without the tension, supporting from here. Now you got to remember, when I'm singing in these videos, we're not doing any post-production. Most of the other videos you're watching, they're recording it on a studio mic. Hi, I'm Angie and welcome to Angie's Vocals. Today I'm going to show you how to unlock those high notes with these expert voice exercises. I'm so excited that you've joined us today. And just a reminder to subscribe, click the notification so you find out when we've got new videos coming through, and pop your comments down there. Ask any questions. I love to be able to answer your questions and help you unlock your voice and have freedom with your voice. You know, it's proven that anyone can learn to sing with freedom. And so we've got these videos for you so that you can learn how to too. So today I'm going to show you specific exercises that are going to strengthen the vocal folds, specifically for high note production. So what we want to do is start to teach the voice to work together as one instrument. So the ones I like to use are the long scales. And the reason for this is it's going to strengthen the vocal folds and teach it to work together to help you access those high notes. So many of you drop off into kind of a light falsetto when you get up there and you can't get the strength. So it'll be, right? That's because we're losing that access to the high range. So with these exercises, we want to start to create that stable, so it's starting to get stronger. Now that sounds light, but eventually you'll be able to then go, and put your tone on it. So that's what these exercises are for. Now we're going to do it twice, like this. Now ladies, you're going to be there. Guys, you're going to start down there. And what we want to do is on the first one, you want to do it gently and softly so it feels even. Then when it's even, you're going to increase the volume on the second one from your diaphragm, not from here. Because we can strengthen those muscles for high notes, but if you're squeezing here, then it will keep stopping you. So we want to start with very, very soft so it's even, and then increase the volume from here, not here. So if you need to, tongue out. And we're going to start with a bubble or a tongue roll on that one. So if you can do a brrr or a rrr. If not, try an Angie or an oo. But it needs to be the easiest. So if you're getting stuck, go to whichever one is your easiest, because this is about starting to teach those voices to work together. Okay, and these are the most relaxing, easier ones while we're learning to teach those parts of your voice to work together so you can power out and strengthen your head voice and those power notes in your songs. Now later on I'm going to show you how to apply this to a song, so stick around for that. So let's try that with a bubble to start with. Got it? Nice deep breath. Good, keep going. Nice and soft on this one. Don't push. If it disappears, go back to your oohs with your tongue. Ooh. Make sure you're dropping your jaws so there's space for those high notes. Good, again. Ooh. Now, it might be the tone you want at the moment, but that's all right because we're just teaching your voice to access that area. Later on, you'll be able to access it with a better tone. So just think of it as going to the gym. Now, if you're straining and you can see your throat squeezing, put your tongue out. Good. Now you can hear it's kind of light, but it's clean. It's not falsetto. When you put the tongue out, it's harder for those muscles to squeeze and restrict you while you're learning to access those high notes. Now it might feel a bit clunky while the muscles are learning to work together, but that's fine. It's all part of the process. Now the second thing we're going to target is how to access those high notes without strain. Now this follows on from what we did in that first exercise, is that the way we've got to do it without strain is learn to get those muscles out of the way. And one of the best ways to do that is with that tongue out. So the now you'll notice it'll want to squeeze, so that means you might have to go softer to start with while you're learning to sing without straining here and using your diaphragm for support. So let's try softer. Now if it's still squeezing, softer again. Straining, softer again. Now once you've got it so that it's soft and it's not disconnecting, then you want to go the same pathway a bit louder. So for us on a song, we might go, I wanna swing on the chandelier. So we're learning to sing and getting that strain out of the way. Now once you've got it very softly and it's right, you can increase the volume from here. But think about where it was the soft way. And then we kind of push from here. Nice deep breath. Now you can feel it's a bit shaky, but that's all right because we're just feeling it. Now eventually, once you can feel where that is, you want to then start to practice doing that with the tongue in the same place. And this takes about 20 goes, right? Now it's kind of soft and loud and crazy, but you see how we're just exploring that, and that's how we kind of want to start to learn to hit those high notes without the strain. And then we'll work from the lower notes. But you can hear it's quite soft while I'm learning. We don't want that squeeze and forcing the tone. So we can teach the voice to work together through your ranges. That's a game changer when you embrace the gentle while you're learning. Okay, now the third point I'm going to talk about is the difference between head voice and falsetto and how important that is. Now, often there's a misconception around falsetto. Falsetto is when you go, ha, there's no sound. So the way you know if you're doing falsetto is if you try and increase the volume, it doesn't get louder. So that means it's a false voice, right? So your vocal folds have lengthened, but they're thin. When you're in mix, they're fatter. So head voice sounds like this. So head voice should be as powerful as chest, but and you can go loud and soft with that, right? As powerful as chest, but feeling as effortless as falsetto. And the difference is with falsetto, the vocal folds have thinned out as they've lengthened, whereas with a mix where you're using head voice, they stay fat. That's why a lot of people like those edgy sounds, because it actually holds the vocal folds fat while you're learning to do a mix or a belt or a head voice. So that's the difference. Now, if I go, that's still mix. That's not falsetto. That's a light mix. And the reason I know that is because from there, my vocal folds have stayed fat, but I can go loud or soft from there. So I can go, I can go loud and soft there and create emotion. And so that means the vocal cords have stayed fat, and I'm just working from that position of mixed voice rather than falsetto. Now, both are beautiful. I love it when people go into a falsetto in a song. It creates emotion. So there's nothing wrong with that, but you've got to have the choice right. Do I want to use falsetto? Do I want to use head voice? and mixed voice. So number 4 then, from there, how do we take all that and integrate that into a song? Integrate those high notes into a song nice and smoothly. So we take a lot of those tools that we've just used and we're now going to put them in a song. So a lot of the time, you're not going to have to go as high as I have today in those demonstrations. But what happens is often if we go lower, we get kind of stuck, right? Because we're still using a bit of that tension from chest voice. So even if we do, I found a love for me, that Ed Sheeran song, right? I'm dancing in the dark. And a lot of what happens is when people are going for the high notes, they can kind of jump up there, but when they're coming from the low, you get stuck, right? So what we want to do is come down from some of those screams we were just doing and using that tongue out. I'm standing in the dark. So we start with our tongue out. I'm standing in the dark. So we're getting that even mix. And then we start to feel where that is. Pull our tongue back in and put it in the same place. I'm standing in the dark. I'm standing in the dark. And it takes 20 times for that tongue out, tongue in, to start to feel the spot that your voice wants to resonate in that place without the tension, supporting from here, starting to get that beautiful tone. I'm standing in the dark. I'm standing in the dark with you between my arms. And so you can get that starting to integrate smoothly as you're going into those areas. Because not often are we going to do that big scream, but if we need to, I'm standing in the dark. I'm standing in the dark. I'm standing in the dark with you between my arms. So you can see how you can start to play them with the tone. I'm standing in the dark with you between my arms. Now you got to remember, when I'm singing in these videos, we're not doing any post-production. Most of the other videos you're watching, they're recording it on a studio mic, so you're going to hear it a little bit differently, but I just wanted to do that kind of ambiently for you. So I'm pushing it a little bit. That's okay. You're going to work better if you do it with your ears in, because you're going to sound more relaxed and the muscles will relax as well. So that you can hear yourself better, or on a microphone. In an ambient room, practice in the bathroom, you will pop open quicker because you won't squeeze as much because you can hear yourself better. But that's a game changer in starting to create that beautiful tone in your voice. So have fun with those high notes, integration tools, exercises. Hopefully you've loved this content, and we have so much more because we want to help you unlock your singing voice. So feel free to subscribe, like, comment, and we've got lots of content. There's a course you can jump into that we've made really affordable so you can learn the steps to unlock your singing and your voice, or you can book me one-on-one if you need that clarity and that direction to unlock faster. Either way, can't wait to see you in the next video.